I have decided to go and chase a rally with our Nissan Leaf on the 1st of December with quite a few different things going against us. That wasn't actually part of the decision, but that's the way it's worked out. Yesterday we were at the Business and Tourism Awards, where we were a finalist in the social and digital media category. We had a great night, but it went on quite late, and this was about 100 kilometers away from home. So we arrived home at 2 o'clock last night with the battery almost completely empty, and the car has been on our charger, and I am heading to the rally just after 6 o'clock in the morning, which means our Nissan Leaf has just got less than 60% charge. So we're not making it easy. You know, I suppose with these kind of evaluation trips, you might be accused of trying to give the electric car as many advantages as possible and leaving on a full charge and everything. This is not ideal way to do this. The first stage of the rally, incredible stage, is Molls Gap, possibly the most famous rally stage in Ireland. The first cars are due onto that stage at 8:10. I'm collecting a friend of mine, Damien, who used to double drive with me in the Cinquecento Challenge. I'm collecting him from a town which is actually slightly off my route, so we've got to go 36 kilometers to go and collect him, and then about 40 kilometers in an indirect route to join the side of the Molls Gap stage from the south. Well, we're coming from the south, and we've got to go around the stage to the west to meet it at that famous mountain pass junction at the top. The plan then is to try and chase on another couple of stages throughout the day. So let's see how that's going to work out. Just observed there that we're at 6:20 in the morning. We're actually passing the main petrol station in Castletownbere, and it's closed. So, you know, if I'd forgot to refuel the car before going to a rally, I wouldn't be able to top up there, and I'd probably be in a situation like I am now with about a quarter of a tank going a long way. But it'll be a while today before we pass an open petrol station. Still have my my Ulster Deja Vu coffee cup. I think I'll give Damien a phone call. Use the hands-free here, and we'll see how he's getting on. How's it going?
Good.
No swearing now, you're on camera. So look, I'm on my way. We got back quite late last night, so the car hasn't a full charge. I was just trying to balance all that sort of stuff. I'm just on my way out of Frostmacone at the moment, and so sorry if you're there already. How are you getting?
Okay, I forgive.
How are you getting on?
I forgive you.
Yeah, you told me that the weather was going to be dry today. I went on my map, and it does look like it should be clear for the day, so I'm not sure where this rain is coming from.
Yeah. It's actually dry here in Killarney.
Is it? Yeah. It looked like it was going to clear away going down to the south or something like that, so by about 7 or 8 o'clock, so yeah, it probably will be dry, and it then looks like it's dry till the afternoon or something.
Hopefully not. There's a lot of traffic passing through Killarney heading down this road.
Yeah, I seen one Jeep came up behind me there in Castletownbere heading out the North Road, so yeah, I'd say there's a bit of a pilgrimage already.
There is that.
Yeah, sorry for holding you there now.
That's alright, no panic.
So I'd say, what, about 20 minutes from here or something. I'm basically freewheeling now down into Glengarriff. I've done basically done 38, 39 38, 39 kilometers and used up 17% of the battery to get here. It's going to be it'll be just after 10 to 7 when I pick up Damien here. And the road out of Glengarriff, we've got one big ascent uphill, and that's gonna sap a bit of battery, but it's going to be interesting to see what we can do on regen down the other side. So we should only really be powering for about half of the journey, but there will be a good hill on it. More marshal traffic this morning already. And there's our man in a van. That's Damien. Say good morning.
Good morning. Oh no, God.
Yeah.
Are we still freewheeling?
We're on 40% battery. You're gonna kill me. No, we'll be fine for Molls Gap anyway, and we'll just have to figure it out. We have to stay there for 2 runs, or we'll figure it out. The main thing about being on Molls Gap is that it's downhill both sides, all 3 sides. You can go down to Sneem, go down to Killarney, or back down to here, and there's a charger. We have just gone through the top of the Kw Pass with the tunnel, and we are into Kerry. We've used 14% going up that hill, so I'm going to have to go into D mode to get the best freewheel. D for Damien there, yeah. And so we're only getting a little bit less regen, but because the car has more momentum, we'll stick more into the battery. Another gang of lads here now. So that's Kenmare now with, now we've only got 24%, and are we going to charge? No, we're going to drive up the mountain. But as I was saying earlier, the good thing about the Molls Gap is when you go up the hill, you can freewheel down in any direction and there's a charger at the bottom of the hill. It's 20 past 7 and first car is due to start stage. It's in 50 minutes. This is one of the marshal meeting points, and so they haven't actually gone out to the stage, so that's a good sign from our point of view.
That's for the Barrack Beaver stage,
yeah, it is though, yeah. Do you see what the road I'm trying to go up now? That's not the stage from down here.
Yeah,
to
this
there.
one here, yeah.
Yeah, if you could get that. I know it roughly, but I don't want to go wrong either today. We go as the crow flies today.
Right, so that will be the next, to be your next turning to the right, so.
Right.
Roscoe.
They're following us. Pressure's on you now, Damien.
No pressure, boy.
You've been mostly driving in recent years with your fairly handy navigator.
Yeah, in recent times,
It looks like the rain has turned into fog, so I think we might be on the edge of whatever weather front, and then hopefully out into the dryness before we have to get out of the car. The half an hour now till the first car due. We have 13%, a lucky 13% battery. We're on top of the hill now, we're about the level of the stage, and we're just coming out onto the main road. Perfect, Damon.
That's nice now.
As the road gets narrower though. Yeah, there's a full on gang of people here. I think we'll just pull in on the left now.
Yeah.
We've arrived here at the Molls Gap with 10% exactly battery. It just dropped from 11 there while I was talking. And she's still driving, she? There you are. Are you recording? Yeah. And we have half an hour to the first car, so we should get out of here and go and watch that. Why did that drop another 2 by itself just there? That was 10 when I looked at the second one.
What was that? It's right.
Oh, it's because I turned on
the heater. Oh, 7. Stop. Let everything on.
I've never seen it dropping like that before.
Were you ever as low as this?
I have, yeah, definitely. That's odd.
That's okay.
I never see that again.
Is that winds in it?
That's weird now. Why is she doing that? We broke it already, Damien.
Stop.
We're top of the hill, we're fine.
No, I'm leaving them keys here in case I'd lose them. No, here we go. Jeez, that's holding, isn't it?
It is. It goes blank when it goes down to 5%, but I never see, like it definitely had 10% on it then when we stopped.
You did.
I never seen it do that.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it will be fine. We're at the top of the hill, but that's odd. With that happening, I'm not going to risk going the other place, so we'll just have to. We might go walking down one side or the other between the stages or something. Go back up here. I have stuff to cook. Cook a fry up here. We've watched 2 runs through Molls Gap there, but an odd thing happened with the car when we parked up. When we arrived, we had 11% battery. Just while I was undoing my belt and hitting the foot parking brake, it went down to 10, and I thought that was odd. I turned it off, and out of curiosity to see why it had gone down, I turned it on again, and it went down to 6, and then it went down below where it stops reading anymore, so it must have been around 5%. So something strange is going on there. And so we had planned to go on to another stage after 1 run through Molls Gap, but in the end we decided we better stay here and go directly to the fast charger, which is at the bottom of Molls Gap in the Nissan dealership down there. So we're currently trying to coast as best we can down the stage, and we're following the midpoint car accountability Jeep. Who has the generator and lights from the early stage this morning. This is the freewheeling. Yeah. To fill you in, we freewheeled all the way down the mountain, and we have come to rest. The turtle of death finally appeared on the dash for the first time ever, and I'd say we only got about a kilometre after that, and then it just shut down. Freewheeled, battery light on, no traction power at all. So we've freewheeled in. We're parked outside a Chinese restaurant now, and they think we're very eager for a Chinese meal today because I don't think they're open for a couple of hours, and we've had to call the recovery truck. There's nothing else we can do. I've never seen the battery level disappear like that. Unfortunately, we have to leave home today without a full charge because we were late back last night, and there you are. Wasn't enough.
Game over.
So this is what happens when your Leaf runs out of power. 1 kilometre short of the charger.
Yeah. Another bit of luck.
Come on your belts now.
Keep as you are now.
Yeah. Right. And that is freewheeling off a recovery truck and up to the charger. Well, we're reassuredly back on the charger. We've taken on 78%. It's 20 to 5 now in the evening. We're catching up with onthepacenote.com on Damien's phone there. It's pretty cool. So we're still up to date with the rally, and we're going to go down and we'll be fully charged, well, up to 90% charge there shortly, and we'll go down to the finish ramp and watch that ceremony before we head home. So we only got to do half as much as we had hoped today, but we're still probably going to get home around the same time, so not too much of a disaster, and we did the best we could with only 3 hours charge time last night because we come back late from the other event. So that was an experience, Damien.
Yes, it was.
So we're all topped up, 90% charge, which is as much as you'd want to put in on the fast charger. Plenty to go home. and we'll have a quick glance in at the finish line of the rally, which is literally just happening now. Good job. We're moving again. Hey. Bang! Thanks be to God.
Yeah.
You're right, say all is good now. Delta.
Oh, so it'll take them in there, but
Do you think I'm going to get totally boxed in here? There's a space there. I know there is. Dropped Damien back off there in Glengarve. The car is going perfectly again, so got hard to know about that mystery loss of battery. Like our theory is that yesterday I used the fast charger twice and then returned home late, like 2 in the morning, and was only able to give the car approximately 3 hours 45 minutes charge before leaving. It had 7% when we got back, so it had 58% I think when we left this morning, and somehow in not charging it all the way back up to 100% on the destination charger at home, that somehow it perhaps got out of calibration or something. It's the only way I can explain that it lost at least 6% in the time I was looking at it while parked, within the space of a minute and a half. And pacing it, you know, we were a kilometre short of making it to the garage, which is unfortunate. But look, Nissan's backup system, we had an emergency number there since the start and used that, and we used the Nissan's emergency recovery number, and we were picked up within an hour and brought to the charger. I'd just like to add a little bit to that video, having had time to reflect on it. I'd like to just point out that this is a 30 kilowatt Leaf, which is already about 12 months out of date. It's been superseded by the 40 kilowatt Leaf. In fact, most of the current generation of mainstream EVs would have a higher range than this car, so that's why we're pushing the limits a little bit. The other thing, I think that the main point I'd like to point out is that I find it hard to blame the car, having really grown to like it over the previous 12 months and 20,000 kilometers driving. The real problem, I think, that occurred is the lack of the charging infrastructure, and it's not that the chargers aren't there, but that 3 that we passed on the way to the rally were the older 7 kilowatt chargers, and what we really need is that all of those locations have a 40 kilowatt charger. And in fairness, 10 million has been announced by the government of investment into these, so hopefully all these destinations will become rapid chargers. And if that had been the case, we could have taken a boost in 10 minutes on any of those. That would have given us much more of a safety margin, and we really wouldn't have run into trouble if that had been the case. As for the fact that the car lost charge, when I look at the distances that we travelled during that period, it was about what the original estimate when we left home was, but for some reason things seem to get maybe out of calibration. It had been fairly extreme the way we'd been using the car in the previous 24 hours in terms of charging, with 2 rapid charges and then only a partial destination charge at home. So I like to give it the benefit of the doubt, because I've never had any other problem with the number of different gauges, whether it's battery or range, that they've always had a logical progression in terms of watching the charge deplete as you use the car. So I would attribute that to the odd use that we gave it beforehand, and the main thing as well is then that when the worst thing did happen, we were picked up by the Nissan arranged recovery truck, and we were only really inconvenienced for about an hour, and then an hour to charge, so, or 40 minutes. So, you know, if that's the worst that can happen in EV ownership, you know, it ain't half bad.